And we're back. It's another City of Dreams tarot reading. This one is for December 25th, 2021, which is Christmas. So I'm filming it a little bit early to make sure it's out. And I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Jackie, the creator and illustrator of Midnight City Tarot. And I do these City of Dreams readings every week, every Saturday at 10 a.m. They're launched on YouTube so that you can work towards creating what you want to see in your life, creating your dreams, whether it's a project you're working on, a quality that you want to call into your life or see more of in the collective, like peace or, harmony, whatever you're working towards and want to cultivate. These readings are here to support us, and I've found them really helpful for myself as well, and it's really interesting to see the themes that emerge, and I'm very curious to see what the cards have to say today. So last week it talked about the sun and the light returning because it was solstice, and for those of us in the Western Hemisphere, that's the returning of the light. So was really welcoming, I feel like, to hear that yes, the days are really short right now, but the light is returning and we can be really activated and put ourselves out there a little bit. We talked about the 10 of coins, so we saw an image of people gathering together, possibly celebrating. In the 10 of coins, they're really bringing together all of the material things that they've accumulated and sharing them with others. So I thought that was really beautiful for this time of year. And we also were asked to find some balance in our lives. And I know that's really hard. It's been really hard for me, especially this past couple of weeks, because there's just so much going on this time of year, from emails, from shops, it's just it gets overwhelming, and work is always really crazy this time of year too. So there's just a lot of pressure on us at this time of year, and it's really important, if we can, to take even 5 minutes away to take a break, just rest, regroup, and cultivate that creativity within ourselves, because we did see the Page of Cups last week too. So that's kind of our recap, and let's see if there's any announcements. I am going to be announcing a little bit more of the event that I'm working on. It's going to be an online, digital, virtual event on Zoom. It'll be very limited spaces, so I think I'm going to limit it to about 8, but I'll let you know. There'll be more details on my Instagram, and if you are interested, please sign up for my email list, and I'll be sure to send an email out with all of the details. So yes, it's going to be really wonderful. We're going to be working with the City of Dreams theme and spread, and calling in a quality and energy that we want to see more of in the collective, and also working on personal, in a micro level and a macro level, so things that you're working on in your own life. I'm going to be doing kind of like a little group spell or ritual to put all of our energy together, because it is so powerful when we unite and work together, and then we can send that out into the collective. So it's going to be really cool to meet some of you guys. It's been so lovely seeing this community grow over the past year. It's been amazing, and I've met so many lovely people on Instagram and on TikTok. It's been great. So it'll be really cool to get to talk and be interactive and get to ask questions and see our faces and just spend some time together. So more details coming soon on that, and it's going to be in February. And oh yeah, the most important part of this, all of the proceeds are going to be given to a mutual aid organization in Brooklyn, which is something that I really set out to do. When I created this deck, I wanted to make sure that I was giving back to the community and supporting the community that really inspired it. So yes, and I'll give you all the details on where the donations will be going to. I'm just finalizing that right now, and I think it's going to be really beautiful, and I'm really, really excited. And yes, there's a couple new products coming out in January, so make sure to sign up for emails if you're interested. I know the drops happen and then the merchandise is gone really quickly, so I'll let you guys know on the email list and on Instagram when the next drop is happening to make sure that you don't miss out, because there'll be more of these pouches, which were a huge hit, and let's see, more journals are going to be stocked. We're running really, really low on those, so journals will be stocked, pouches will be stocked. A new item will probably be ready in February. Excuse me. And then a another item that's going to be like handcrafted, handmade, actually by the same person that created this beautiful table for me. So I'm so excited about that. I can't wait. I will be visiting them at Christmas time and going over like the wood that we're using to create this new product, and I'll give you guys some sneak peeks in my Instagram stories. So a little bit about this table. I sat at this table when I created Midnight City Tarot, when I drew the illustrations first in my notebook and then second in my iPad. I converted them all into digital illustrations, and I did that all sitting at this beautiful table. I don't remember what kind of wood this is, but it's really gorgeous. It's a nice hard wood, and it has little resin glow-in-the-dark stars that actually I drew, and they're the same stars that are in the Midnight City Tarot deck. So the table came first, the deck came second, and it all kind of ties into that style. So working with the same artist, we're going to be creating a limited run special product for you guys, and that will be launched, I think, in January. So stay tuned for more details on that, and I'm super excited about it. So let's see, I'm in a new space today, which is kind of cool. I still have my crystals out, my little like bowls of crystals that I work with, and I've got, my pouch. Let's get everything out and let's do this reading. Love my little postcards. And the deck. The deck is available at midnightcitytarot.com, and you can use the code CITYMAGIC for $5 flat rate domestic shipping. So that's shipping within the US, $5 flat rate. Very exciting. So make sure to check that out, and I will do our candle lighting. So I always like to, when I do this lighting, call in our guides and loving ancestors and helpers for this reading to make sure that we're getting the highest quality information possible that's going to help us move forward and achieve our dreams. So I'm going to take a deep breath, and if you want to join me, you can too. And if you work with any guides, you can call them in now. Awesome. Okay. And then I just like to say, may this reading be for the highest and best good of all concerned. So we're ready to go. I will go over the questions before I start shuffling, just to, well, I guess I could do them at the same time, but I'll go over the questions so that we refamiliarize like exactly what we're asking. It's the same questions from the same spread every week. That way we can see how we're growing and progressing. So first we have our general message, overarching theme, and then what's holding us back. And then for the third card, our supporting energies that we can call upon. And usually I find that's like energies within ourselves that we can cultivate and call upon, which is beautiful. And then 4 is the hidden and underlying themes. And then 5, what are the next steps that we can take? So I will, things are already flying. I will do some shuffling and then pull our cards. I like to shuffle this way too, a little like overhand. The Emperor. Should we keep this out? I think we should keep this out. I think this is our first card. Okay, so that's our general message. I usually don't like doing jumpers because I feel like it just gets like sometimes 3 jump out and I'm like, oh my gosh, now we've got like a lot, and this is like kind of a limited time. Like we don't have like all day to be interpreting these. Okay, we're doing it. We're going for it. All right, so general message, what's holding us back. We get supporting energies. Let's see who pops out for that. Whoa, clear. Okay, awesome, beautiful. Okay, good. And I feel comfortable pulling the High Priestess to the side because she was on the bottom, or they were on the bottom, and that makes sense. Okay, cool. And then it also, like, Ace of Cups flew out. So, not to give away all the cards that we see here, but I'm taking a look at the general spread and looking for themes, but I'll also go through like card by card so we can like give a clear instructions of like what we need to do, what we're working on, and all that good stuff. So for our general message, we have the Emperor, and this really speaks to structure, and honestly, like this usually speaks to, I find it speaking to like oppression and like very intense structure, like a boss or, somebody that's very rigid. Sometimes this comes up in relationships. It's like someone who's really like demanding and rigid and not unwavering. And obviously like this energy is really important. Like I call upon Emperor energy when I'm working on a project and I like need to get it done like at a certain time, and it needs to be done a certain way. And I'll hold this card up just so that you guys can see what it looks like. There's a lot of like straight lines and it's all pointing in one direction. And obviously this is the Empire State Building. So it's a building, it's made of concrete, it's very like, what am I trying to say? Like sturdy and strong and tall, and it needs to be that way. Like it's important that it's that way. So it's not necessarily like a bad energy or something like that, but those are usually the times that I see it come up, is when there's like somebody's kind of like demanding or like asking a lot of us. So it could be like someone else is making us feel this way, or just the general like atmosphere. That's kind of how I'm feeling, is like the general atmosphere is really just like asking us to like bend and like contort ourselves in a certain way in order to move forward. So interesting that it's saying that. And this could be like coming from just like general, or it could be coming from family, or it could be coming from work. It could be coming from a lot of different places. So interesting, for the last like week of the year, we've got this like really intense structure. So let's see what the other cards have to say, and we can always come back around because I think there's more that this has to tell us. So let's see. Holding us back, Four of Cups, which is feeling of lack and like emotional scarcity. So just kind of remembering that, like, even though it feels like no one's, or even if it feels like you're not getting a lot of support, actually there always is like support around us. And I think a really important thing that I'm learning this year is Spirit is always around us, supporting us, caring for us. And even if it looks like one way, in reality, like there always is more support than we think. And like you're not really seeing the full clear picture, because if this figure were to turn around, they would see someone's handing them their last cup. So there's more there than we think. And that makes sense why that could be holding us back. And then our supporting energy is the Knight of Coins. Love this card. This card is actually modeled after one of my really good friends in the city, and they're just like, they're very responsible. They're not gonna like, leave like really late and then like take a cab to like rush uptown and like make it to their meeting, but end up spending like $50 when instead they could have just used their like, prepaid Metro card and it been like basically free. So yes, this person's very responsible, which in this case, it's making me feel like we are very responsible, and we are like structured in a way that it makes sense, which I think also ties back to the Emperor. It's like, this can also work for us, and it's coins, so this is like in the tangible physical reality, and this is our knight. So knights are always out on a quest. This one is very responsible. They're out on a quest, but it's not like flying down the street on their bike or like scooting on their skateboard. They are like slowly like walking up the stairs, checking their watch to make sure they're like on track, making sure they're like manifesting what they want on time, and finding like value in that structure, which really ties back to our like overarching message here, is like structure can be good. Like this can be actually really helpful for us if we're trying to get somewhere. Planning helps. Like planning is not a bad thing. So kind of loving that. All right, and then our underlying and hidden themes, we have the High Priestess reversed. So High Priestess is really like making sure that we're letting us know that it's time to be in touch with our intuition. And maybe we're feeling a little like blocked right now. Like usually this, to me, it usually comes up when there's messages in my dreams. And I've been having like, I get really, really vivid dreams, like more vivid than reality, I feel like. And the past couple nights, they've been like really dark, which has been like freaking me out, not feeling great about that. So it definitely does feel like a little like muddled. And that's how I feel when the High Priestess is upside down. Like there's messages in there, but like they're a little bit muddled. It doesn't honestly feel that great. So it'd be nice to kind of like turn them right side up so that we're getting like clear, lovely messages, but that's okay. we're going to let them be reversed. That's how they came up to us today. So yeah, our underlying theme is just like we've got a little bit of that going on. So pay attention to your dreams. I'm trying to figure out a way to make sure that I'm getting clearer messages in my dreams right now and not getting kind of like overwhelmed by like, okay, that like figure in my dream was like scary and like I don't want to deal with it. So there's definitely like a little bit of that feeling coming up with the High Priestess. So I have been listening to different podcasts and I've done a lot of like dream studies and dream work, and actually from like Desiree, and I'll link her down below. She's doing dream circles, which have been amazing. And yeah, it's like looking the figure in the face, like in your dream, and like, you know, talking to them, or like figuring out, asking questions like why are you here in my dream, and like what message do you have for me? So that's an interesting way to kind of like make sure you're getting value out of what's happening, because we spend so much time sleeping at night, and it's like, I don't know, I get so many messages that I want to make sure that I'm making the most of them. So, all right, High Priestess. And then for our next steps that we can take, so beautiful, the Ace of Cups. We can fill up our cup. This is all about treating ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and not just like treat yourself, but like making sure that you're taking care of your heart. Like Ace of Cups, that's actually, this is what my tattoo is, and you can see the tattoo actually in the card too. It's very subtle, but same one here. I got this because I wanted to remind myself to take care of myself and take care of my heart. Like first and foremost, it's such a building block for the rest of the Cups cards. Like if we don't have this situation taken care of, we're never going to like move on to the Two of Cups. So it's really important to do little things that warm your heart, and that's really what this cup is depicting. It's like this like warm, lovely beverage that this person got from their favorite coffee shop nearby. So it's just the little things that we can do, even if it's just making yourself a cup of tea or like hot lemon water, if that's something that you like, and just taking time to sit with it and be present and take care of your heart. So I think that's really lovely. I love this one. One of my favorite cards. I think that's a beautiful step that we can take to move forward into 2022, because this was the last reading for 2021, which is so wild. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I have a very exciting reading coming up for the new year. I'm not even going to get into the whole thing, but New Year's Day is really significant for me and for my business, and it ties back into the name of my business, which is Midnight Magic Design. And yeah, I'll get into all of that next time. So if you guys liked the video, I would love it if you could subscribe, hit the thumbs up. If you loved it and you have a friend who you think would be interested in it, if you could share it with them, that would be so awesome. It's so cool watching the community grow. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me here. It was lovely. I'm excited for the year to wrap up and us to dive into 2022. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about the end of the year and moving forward. And if you have any questions that you'd like to see answered, I will pick some of those and answer them in the next reading. So let me know. And I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas if you celebrate, and a lovely last week of the year. Thank you. See you next time. My light doesn't want to go out. What's Spirit telling me? Why is this not extinguishing? Oh, there we go. Okay, bye.